Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have another journal flip through for you today, and this one is my tiny little journal that I took with me to Tennessee. I went to visit some friends that had recently moved out there, and I spent a couple of weeks with them, and I actually took my journals. If you know, I use these little A6 journals, and I use them as like my everyday journal. This is my current one. Normally I have 2 signatures in here, so I make them with 2 signatures because I usually like to do at least 2 months in them. But if you saw my previous flip through of my spring journal, that one went from March, April to like most of May. And so I went off to Tennessee in late May, and so this starts off May 24th and then into June. And so I originally had 2 signatures in here because my intent was to do, the rest of May, the beginning of June, Tennessee, and then continue it on for June. But it filled up one of the little signatures, and I never got to the second signature in this. And I just kind of came home and decided, you know what? Since one signature is filled up for Tennessee, might as well just remove the second one from the cover and just keep this as my Tennessee journal, kind of like my little Boston one. And so that is what this is. And so that's what I want to flip with you today. And so I have this beautiful fabric. Love this beautiful fabric. I think all of my journals lately, I've been using this 7berry. I think that's the brand or the line of fabric. It's 7berry. I think it's under a different designer brand, but it's the 7berry fabrics, and they're just really, really pretty floral fabrics. They're kind of like Liberty fabric, but less expensive than Liberty fabrics, and beautiful, beautiful florals. So I think all of my journals recently have been using the 7berry fabrics, and I usually get my fabrics from either fabric.com or Fat Quarter Shop is a favorite of mine. But these, I got them from an Etsy shop called, I have the tag here, called Country and Cloth. And I believe they have their own website too, but I don't know why I ordered from their Etsy shop if they have their own website. It could have been like the different fabrics that they had on either store. It was some reason, I don't remember, but it's Country and Cloth, and they literally package your fabric up in a tiny little cute bundle, and it's so, so cute. Anyway, I got a bunch of the 7berry fabrics from that little shop. So this is my cover, and it's just a simple fabric cover, and then the inside is just a neutral canvas, and yeah. And it's one signature, and I just wrote Tennessee and did the dates down here. And so I stamped the dates on vellum, actually, and I stamped this on vellum too and fussy cutted it out. And so most of my papers that I'm using for this insert is either Pink Fresh Studio, this collection, which is called, oh my god, it's the most recent one. It is called Happy Heart. I keep forgetting because I know there is one that's called Happy Blooms. This one's called Happy Heart. And so most recent, at least from my knowledge, Happy Heart papers. And then of course I love just grid because I do a lot of journaling. And then a bunch of printables from Nazi, from Amity Bloom. This is more Pink Fresh Studio. And yeah, I think it's just Pink Fresh Studio and Nazi's printables, and then grid. And then, of course, book pages and sheet music and stuff like that. And so I keep them really simple because I know me, a lot of these journals end up being journaling because I just journal a lot. So I went to go visit 2 of my friends. They had moved out to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I left May 24th, my dad's birthday. And yeah, that's basically this first spread here was, I actually journaled about, I was going to vlog this trip because I've been going to see friends who live out of state. These are like old high school friends. I've known them for literally, it feels like forever, half my life, more than half my life actually. And, a lot of my high school friends don't live in New York City anymore. They live elsewhere. And so I have been going through an emotionally tough time, and just needed to get out of my environment. And so COVID, you know, all the things, not being able to see people, especially those who live out of state, you know, like in a completely different state. And so that's why I went to Albuquerque in March. And then I went to visit my 2 friends out in Tennessee, and I stood with them for a couple of weeks, and it was really nice. It was just nice to get out of my city environment. I really, really don't like New York City at the moment. I loved it when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, but as an adult, I'm kind of over it, and I like kind of living in the middle of nowhere. I like how it's quiet. I like how there's not many people, and like people are spaced out, and I kind of love that. And that I'm kind of a bit closer to nature, I guess you can say, because hey, when you have a house, you can have a yard and land and stuff like that. My friends, they live in a like a gated community complex thing, which was really, really nice. It literally reminded me of a kind of moderate Walt Disney World resort hotel. It reminded me of the French Quarter Hotel. I guess the way that it was laid out, they had like a pool, and they have a gym and like a little park area and like a dog like park area. It was really cute. It was really cute. Anyway, Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's a lot of land in Tennessee, which I loved. Lots of trees. My friend and I, we went on a hike one day, but I'll get to that. This was just me journaling at the airport. I was going to vlog it. It didn't happen. I was going to start in the airport while I waited for my flight. Did not happen. I actually ended up meeting this young girl, and I was just kind of looking for a place to sit and like vlog that I wasn't like bothering people. And it's really hard at LaGuardia Airport to do that because it's so small. And I was just kind of looking at the planes taking off. And this one girl was just like, oh my God, I completely love your aesthetic right now. And I think it's because my clothing was very pastel-y, and I matched my luggage, which is like this pastel-y Disney luggage, and like my backpack is mint green, and my glasses were, I think, pink. I would think I was wearing my pink glasses, and I straight up looked like my aesthetic. I mean, you're all very aware of my aesthetic. And she's just like, oh my God, I love that. You look so cool. And then we just started talking, and like one thing led to another, and like she was really cool. She was really young. She was just like, yeah, I kind of want to come out to New York because I guess she wants to do like makeup, but for like theatrical makeup and stuff for like musical theater and like TV production. And I guess there's a school out here in the city, of course, that has like a program. And she's like, yeah, I would love to move out here. She had a layover. And so I had like, I think an hour and a half. I got to the airport so early. And so we just hung out literally the whole time of our layovers because yeah. And we started talking about musical theater, and like, honestly, this girl knew, like, we just started talking about musical theater. And at the time, I think Tick Tick Boom had come out on Netflix. And like, we started talking about that. We started talking about Rent and like Lin-Manuel Miranda and like all this stuff. It segued into theater from Disney because of Lin, you know, like Moana and stuff like that. And like, yeah, we started talking. And then like, she was saying, oh yeah, like, because I was saying that I'm not really a theater person. Like I enjoy musical theater. I have a friend who's like legit a theater person. And what I know of like, because theater people know the actors' names and they know like all these things. I know some of that. I think we were talking about Jonathan Groff, and I don't know how we came up. We just kind of segued to Jonathan Groff for some reason. I think it's because he was in Frozen, but like whatever. And we just started talking about it. I told her like I'm not really a musical theater person. I do enjoy musical theater. It's just I'm not like a strict person. She's like a really like diehard musical theater person. And I was saying how I went to go see this one like off Broadway show when I was a teenager, and it like completely blew my mind, and like nothing compares to it. Like I've seen Chicago, I've seen 42nd Street, I've seen Wicked, and nothing compares to this off Broadway production of the show. And she's just like, what musical was this? And I'm just like, it's called Bear Pop Opera. Literally no one has heard of it. And she's just like, no way. I was just in a production of Bear Pop Opera. And we just kind of clicked from there and just started talking, because literally nobody knows that wonderful musical. Nobody knows it because it's such like I don't think it was ever on Broadway. It was literally an off-Broadway production that debuted, I think, in New York, and then they had a production in LA, and then it did like a tour, like a United States tour, but it was always off-Broadway, and it's wonderful. The music is so good, the setting was really intimate, and the story a little bit cliched, but it was wonderful, and she knew the musical, let alone was actually in it, and it was cool. And so this is what I'm journaling about here. I'm sorry that I went on this long rant, but and this is what I journaled about here because that was really cool. Like, I totally did not expect to like meet someone new. Like, we're friends on Discord now, like that sort of thing, right? All because of what I was wearing, like what I was wearing. And I had a mask on and everything, so it's like you couldn't see my face, but my mask, of course, was a white like KN95 mask, and it just kind of matched the whole pastel aesthetic. But like, that was really funny. She was really cute, and I'm just like, you would fit so well with my group of friends because we're all kind of like, you know, I don't want to say nerds or like geeks in a way, but we all we like fandoms, we like things, and we sort of like geek out on them like quite visibly. And so we're artsy, and I'm just like, I can tell that she was really artsy and all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're adorable. And I say adorable because she was way younger than me. She was like, yeah, I was at least 10 years older than her. She was just starting off like college and everything like that, and so it was nice though. It was really, really nice. Completely unexpected. I was in such like a dark, kind of depressing place, and just to kind of meet a complete stranger that you just sort of click with and could have like a really nice conversation while you're just like waiting at the airport. It was very nice, and so I had to journal all of that and I had to share it now because I thought it was a cool moment. And her name was, I wrote it here, Mardine. So she went by Marty. But yeah, it was awesome. So the first day was just straight up journaling because I flew into Nashville, and my friend picked me up at Nashville, and then we went to her mom's place because they don't live in Nashville. Went to her mom's place. She lives in Lebanon, Tennessee, and I believe it's like maybe a half hour. It's very close to Nashville Airport, and so we went to spend the night because I flew in the evening. Spend the night there before driving to Chattanooga. And so that was all on the 24th. 25th, I actually put this photo, I brought my Instax, and I had like really old film in there, and so it's kind of yellowing. So like the first few photos that I took on it, like the remainder was like, my photos came out a little yellow, but this was the cute little house that her mom lives in. This is the house that she grew up in Tennessee, and it's so pretty and it's so cute. I had to take a picture to put in my journal. I want a house like that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's a white house with like, the roof is like a blue gray, and then the shutters are like this green, like a sagey green. Oh, it's so pretty. Beautiful house. And so the next day we literally just drove to Chattanooga from Lebanon, Tennessee, and it pretty much took up most of the, I mean, we left late because I woke up late, but we left in the afternoon, and it took a while because I guess there was a storm coming through and people were driving slow and there were a lot of accidents, and it just took longer than it normally. So we got to Chattanooga, and I got to see my high school friend in the evening, really. And so from there we just kind of went food shopping, made food, and just kind of chilled out and caught up and stuff like that. And so yeah, so that was that day. The 26th. This is the 26th, and this is the 27th. So literally just a lot of writing. I put this, so this is all the 28th. I'm not sure what happened the 26th to 27th. Something there. We hung out. I don't know. It could have just been things. I know the 28th we went to thrift shopping because this envelope is here, and these are all the tags and stuff from things that I bought at thrift stores. So we went antiquing. That's what we did. And I have some spare Polaroids here from walking around, and receipts. And this is just a little pocket that I made. I think I do have a YouTube video showing how I made these, but they're like little library pockets that I made from paper and different scraps. And then I have all my little tags. They're getting all buried here, but these are just those little, bought some hankies, bought a cute little purse. This was for something else. So that was here. And I want to say that this trip wasn't like go sightseeing and doing stuff like that. I literally just went just to hang out with my friends. So this is a picture of my friend Luigi at the pool. I was trying to use up the old Polaroids that I had in my camera, and so I took that. I think this is to mark that we spent the day at the pool. So Luigi and my other friend Helen, his partner, Helen had to work for like the week, like during the week. And so during the week, it was just like chilling out. I had to do a little bit of work too, but not very much. And it was mostly me and Luigi. I've known Luigi since I met him sophomore year of high school, a very long time ago, a little bit more than half of my life ago. And we've been friends since. And I met Helen. I actually met Helen before they started dating. I met Helen through my musical theater friend. Helen moved to New York, and my musical theater friend from Chicago came to visit me. And she's like, hey, one of my friends just recently moved to New York. Let's meet up with her and hang out, whatever. And so that is how I met Helen. This was years. This was like a good couple of years before they met each other while working at Blick, the art store, which is completely insane because I didn't know. Like, I remember him telling me that, hey, I met this girl. She's awesome. I want you to meet her, right before I went to Southeast Asia for 3 months. And so I didn't actually meet her right away. And then when I got back, it's just like things, life. And I just never got to meet her until my friend Jenna came back to visit, my Chicago musical theater friend. And she's like, oh, we should have brunch with Helen. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen Helen in a while. Let's hang out. And while talking during that brunch, we both came to the realization that we were talking about the same people. Because she kept saying, oh, my partner and his friends, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was talking about me. And like, it was funny. It was really cute. We kind of put two and two together and said, wait a second, is your partner Luigi? And like, is your friend? I'm like, oh my God. Okay. You're the girl that he was telling me about. And it was very cute. It's a very cute story. And so now they both they moved out to Tennessee. And so it's like, oh, I get to spend time with both my friends there. So anyway, we did pool. Like, I just went on a rant again, but literally it was just chilling out with friends and like just kind of being out of my environment, really. I kind of really needed that. I think I was going stir crazy at home. Yeah, it was just bad. Every day was just me trying to find some way to keep my mind preoccupied, or else I'd literally be sleeping. And if I wasn't sleeping, I was just crying in bed. And so getting out of that and spending time with other people, especially people that you haven't seen in a while because, pandemic and everything like that. And it was really nice. It was really nice. This was a weekend. This was actually Memorial Day weekend. So, of course, Helen wasn't working. We actually just went to the mall because she was like, oh, Tiff, there is a store that I want to take you to. And the store that she wanted to take me to, the location was in Nashville. Like, we were going to go back to Nashville at some point, but she wanted to take me to the store in Nashville. But when we were at the mall in Chattanooga, they had a store there. They had a location at that mall. And the store is called Altered State. Like, I literally bought so many things there. She was just like, I was like, ooh, this store is pretty. And she goes, this is the store that I wanted to take you to, but the one in Nashville. And so we went in, and she's just like, after seeing like your clothes, because I hung up all my clothes in the room when I got there and unpacked. And she's like, after seeing your complete aesthetic, I was like, oh my God, we have to take you to the store. And it's funny because I would get Instagram ads for Altered State like all the time, and I would never click them because, come on, Instagram ad. But it was for this store, and I literally just absolutely loved the crap out of this store. I bought so much stuff that honestly I didn't need, and this store is like really, it's not that expensive. It's basically American Eagle prices, but literally they don't do like coupons or anything like that generally. So everything is pretty much full price, but their sales section is awesome. I bought a couple of things on sale. I bought 2 things full price, and I got a couple of things on sale. And yeah, I love the entire aesthetic of that store. This is us at, I think, the American Eagle in the mall. it said, "Let your real you shine" on the back. And I'm like, we need a selfie. We need the three of us in a selfie. And so this is my friend Helen. This is Luigi. And of course, that's me and my pink glasses. And I just did like a little cluster there. And this little thing is like a postcard thing that was from Altered State. This was like their spring. I guess every season they come out with like a new card. And I just like the design of it. And so I picked one up and I just tipped it in here. Yeah, I tipped it in. And I kept this because I really loved that. And I just did a little journaling about the day here. Then I did more journaling in the back. I have a lot of Amity Bloom washi. So I use that a lot to like tip things in. And this was a sticker. So they wrapped up my clothes in like a little gift and put it in this gorgeous bag. And they closed it shut with this little sticker. So of course I had to like peel up the sticker and put it in my journal. But yeah, beautiful. I love the aesthetic of this store. Beautiful, like actually like a beautiful store. Like you go in and it's so pretty and laid out. The dressing rooms are just gorgeous. Like they're these gorgeous fitting rooms that have like a place where your guests, I guess, can sit and like you can come out and model in front of like the three-way mirror, and then whoever you're with can see what you're wearing. Like beautiful. It's a beautiful store. Altered State. It was really nice. I loved clothing. I bought a lot of things. And then we walked around, like my friend was looking for a pair of shoes and like things like that. So we just kind of spent the day at the mall, which was really nice. It was a very nice mall. And then the next day, I believe my friend Helen, this was Memorial Day, she wanted to get some work done. So she stayed behind and got work done. And me and my friend Luigi, we went to this bookstore that Helen was like, oh my God, you should take Tiff to this bookstore. She would really love it. It's this tiny little bookstore. So I took a Polaroid of it. It's a house. It's pretty much a little house. And it's a bookstore. You go inside. There's like a little seating in the front. And then the counter with the register, and then you can get some pastries, and I think you can get coffee too. And then you go in and like all the rooms are they're books in each room, and like there's one room that's like a children's section that has like seating for the kids and like picture books, and then next to that is like a little nook that has like a table and like it's kind of like a booth style with the little pillows, and you can go there and you can sit there and you can work. The next room has like a chair in it, and like so it was really cute. It was a house that they converted into a bookstore. The bookstore is called the Book and Cover. It's in Chattanooga, so if you're in Chattanooga, I loved it. It was so stinking cute that normally I don't buy books full price because books are expensive, and I buy my books from Book Outlet because I hoard books, and Book Outlet usually you can get brand new books for like overstock prices, and so usually I get all my books there. But I did buy a book at this bookstore because I'm like, this is very cute. I normally don't buy books full price, but I want to support this. It was so cute. I wanted to support the bookstore. So we were there for a while because I'm like, this is so nice. I don't want to leave this place. And so that's what this literally whole page is about. The Book and Cover, about a book. This is like the little nook. So like this is like the sunroom in the front. I don't know if you can see it very well because it is a dark expired Polaroid, but it was so cute and pretty. And then this was outside of it again. I loved these mailboxes, so I just kind of took a Polaroid of it. Again, just to use up the old Polaroid. I just kind of wanted to use it up to put a new cartridge in. And so that was Memorial Day. And I'm pretty sure I talked about us. We did go out to eat. I want to say that was when we went out to eat at... I don't even remember. I know we went to a Japanese kind of ramen place, and then we walked around downtown Chat, and I'm not sure if that was the mall day. I don't think that was the mall day. I think the mall day we ate Panera. I think we bought Panera and went home and watched movies. We watched a lot of movies and stuff. So first and second, I think I clumped them together. I know one of these days I was working, and then... I think this was the day that we went again. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to figure out what we did. I think we just hung around in the house, did some work, and then, like, made burgers and went down to, like, their pool area to eat. This is a Polaroid from the hike that me and my friend went on the next day, the 3rd. We went, I guess Chat has like different like hiking trails everywhere. And so we did one. And it was really cute. It was a really cute little hike. We spotted a deer. And so I had to take a picture of the deer. I had to keep this. This was the wrapper to one of their toilet paper rolls that I had changed in their bathroom. And the wrapper was like this bright yellow with this spotty dot. And it says, "Who gives a crap?" And I loved it. And so I'm like, that needs to go in my journal. Again, most of this journal is straight up writing. And so these little Polaroids, I generally, if they're coming from my camera, I put them straight in while like after I took them out. But like these, the ones that I had to like go and print, I printed them at home and then did these little clusters afterwards. So I just kind of left spots. I left little placeholders where I knew that I wanted a photo, especially if it was on like my camera and not my Polaroid camera. I just print them out in like these Polaroid frames. I have these templates from the Polaroid frames in my shop, and so I just kind of put them in and then print them out at home. And so the hike was this day, was really, really nice. These are just some pictures that I took on the hike. And then this was the day they were waiting on a mattress delivery. And so we had to wait for the mattress delivery before we drove to Nashville for the weekend. And yeah, the mattress never came. We spent the morning at the pool to wait for the delivery, and it just didn't come. And so we spent the morning at the pool, and then we went back to their apartment and had lunch. And then after lunch, we drove to Nashville, and we ended up driving straight to the mall in Nashville that had an Altered State store in it. So this was one of the stores. I think this was a location that Helen wanted to take me to, or maybe it was a different one. But we went straight to the mall to go to the store. I picked up another card. This one just had "Hello Summer," and that's why I wanted to pick it up. And I just kind of put little Capri here. But yeah, they always have like a card. So I tipped this one in, but I kind of cut it down. So it said "Hello Summer." So that is what we did on Saturday. We went to the mall. We went to Altered State and some other store, and then from there we went to get food because that night we were going to a karaoke bar because I love karaoke. It's like my favorite thing to do. And like literally how I would describe Nashville is that you go to Nashville for live music, specifically live country music, and literally to drink, like to hop around different bars, eat kind of Nashville kind of quick foods like their hot wings and stuff like that, and just listen to music. That's literally, I would say, what you go to Nashville for. It's just that. There's probably other things to do. I mean, we ended up doing some other things, but that's pretty much Nashville. It's around music. If you're a music person, it's the place to be. If you like live music, especially, and if you like going to bars and things like that, that is Nashville. We went to a piano room. So it was karaoke at a piano room. It was called Sid Gold's Request Room. And the karaoke bit was there was a piano player, and you can request songs from his list, and he will play them on the piano, and you go up and sing them live in like this. It was a bar, like little lounge type thing. So we did that evening. So after the mall, we went to go eat. Google is my friend, I swear. I found a pizza place in Chat that did really good, like Napoleon style pizza, and it was great. I found my friend wanted ramen, and so I found that one Japanese place they did ramen, but they did they did Japanese food with a twist. It was really cool. It was a really cool place. I found that on Google, and then we were looking for a place to eat after the mall. And the thing with Tennessee, it's like everything is pretty much like fast food, like restaurant-y type things are few and far between, and I don't really eat fast food. So I'm just like, you know what's safe? Pizza is safe. And they're like, my friends, they're just not picky or anything. So I Googled a place. I think it was called New York style pizza or something like that. No, it was called 5 Points. That's what it was called. It was called 5 Points. I think it was called 5 Points. I'm pretty sure it was called 5 Points. Yeah, it was called 5 Points, which I thought was really cute because 5 Points used to be a building. I believe it was called 5 Points, but it used to be this building that graffiti artists can go and do graffiti art in. And of course, the owner sold the building and it got torn down. And I think now it's probably luxury condominiums or apartments or something or another. Queens, I believe it was in Queens. But the pizza place was called 5 Points because they sold New York style pizza. That was the whole point. And I'm just like, oh, let's go there. It has good Google reviews. Let's just go there and try the pizza. The pizza was delicious. It was so good. So we went there and then we went to the karaoke place where we stayed a while because I love karaoke. And the guy, I think his name was, I want to say his name was Adam. Oh my God, if I'm getting his name wrong, I think his name was Adam, the piano player. He was super cool, and like, no one likes to karaoke first. For some bizarre reason, people are afraid to go first. And I normally just once I find a song, I just put my name in. Like, I don't care when I go. But of course, I was the only one who put my name in. So I went first. And yeah, I sang Lady Gaga. Well, I sang a duet with the piano guy because it was the Lady Gaga song from A Star Is Born, and it's not my go-to Lady Gaga song. It's just the only Lady Gaga song that he had that I liked to like sing like at karaoke. And so I did that, and then we did other songs, and it was so much fun. I love karaoke. I love live karaoke, and I just love karaoke in general. So that was this day, and then that evening we went back to her mom's because we were going to stay in Nashville at her mom's. The next day we went to Opryland. And so like just finding things that I wanted to do in Tennessee. I don't particularly care for country music, so I didn't want to go to like there's like a the Nashville Country Music Hall of Fame and like different music museums. I didn't really want to do a museum, maybe next time, but like I really wasn't feeling a museum or anything like that or live. They were setting up for this CMT Country Music Television, CMT something in downtown Nashville. So a lot of it was like blocked off and like whatever. We went to Opryland. So there's a place called the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, and kind of next to that is this giant super hotel called the Grand Opryland. And I say super hotel because it literally looked like a fun park. I think it has a water park in it, and it has, shopping and gardens inside of it, and like it's called a land for a reason. And of course I've heard about it, and it's a convention center. So it has a convention center in it. I think one of the Go Wild planner conventions was in Opryland Hotel. And so we went. My friend was just like, oh, I haven't been here since like high school. And she's like, yeah, there was this huge flood back in whatever year. And like we didn't have school for like a couple of weeks. And like the hotel was underwater. Like my friend was telling me that, my friend Helen, right? She grew up in Tennessee. And she was saying all these things. And yeah, so it really affected the hotel. But like the hotel rebuilt, of course, the whole area rebuilt itself. But there was like new sections of the hotel. And she's like, oh my God, I haven't been in here since high school. This is really new. This is really cool. And it was a really nice day. Like we spent the majority of the day at the hotel. We did so these are Polaroids of the inside of the hotel, just waterfalls and pictures of their garden. We did the boat ride. This is the riverboat cruise, and it's like a little Jungle Cruise almost styled riverboat ride, like around the delta section of the hotel, and they just kind of give you a tour of the plants that are in that section of the hotel. And so like the gardens are actually real in this hotel, and so our guide just kind of pointed out like all the different types of trees and like the fruit trees and the plants and all these things, and then gave a little history of the hotel, and like they talked about the flood, and like there's a beam in that section that they marked off where the flood waters were, and it was like, oh my God, there was like a good 6 feet of water in that hotel, and it was insane. Like it was just a really chill, cool time. It was just a place to spend some time. We checked out some of the shops. We got some ice cream. We walked around, and it was chill. It was chill. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing that massive hotel. Crazy, I've heard about it, but like I wanted to go see it because I'm like, we're here, might as well go see it. And it was nice. It was a nice time. I hid a bunch of little art notes at the hotel, like in the gardens and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. And so that was pretty much that whole day. This was more Polaroids of that garden. I wrote here that I hid a little art note. Someone actually found the one that I hid in this hotel, which was really cool. And then afterwards, we went to go eat at the Pinewood Social, which is like this, I call it a really chill millennial social kind of club lounge place to eat or work, or there was like a bowling alley in it too. It was really cute. It was really cool. I did not find it on Google. My friends already knew the place. It was really cool. It was really nice. And then I think we just went back and watched movies probably because my friends, they have like a projector. They don't have a television. They have a projector on their wall. And so they watch all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, it's really cool. Another photo of us in Opryland. Oh, no. We went back to her mom's house. And my friend Luigi gave me a driving lesson. That's what happened. That's what happened. When we were in Chattanooga, we watched movies, but in Nashville, my friend Helen went to bed early, and me and Luigi, we had a driving lessons. My friends, they drive a stick shift because my friend Helen, that's what she drives, and she taught Luigi how to drive a stick shift. And so they drive stick shift, and I had gotten my learner's permit in April, and I know I'm like, I want a driving lesson, and then I'm like, and then there's like, oh, we drive stick shift, and I'm like, oh, because it's much harder to drive a stick shift than like automatic. But he gave me a lesson anyway. I managed to start the car, which apparently was amazing. Amazing accomplishment for someone who doesn't know anything about cars. I managed to start the car, put it in first gear, and like drive slowly around the cul-de-sac that her mom's house is in. And so we did that, and like he was telling me other things and stuff like that, but we had a nice little driving lesson until the deers came out, because deers showed up and I got freaked out because I didn't want to hit anyone. And then it started raining and it was cute. So I have a little car thing here, and that's what that's about. And then the next day, me and my friend actually went back to downtown Nashville. So when we went to Opryland, we did go to downtown Nashville afterwards, and then we went to the Pinewood Social. And so downtown Nashville, this is the Polaroid I took of downtown Nashville. This is where like Broadway is, and this is where all of the bars are, where you can go and drink, have some finger bar type food, and listen to live music. So you can just walk along the block and you can hear all the different live music coming from each place. It's really cool. This was on a Monday, and it wasn't as crowded as the Sunday. And I feel like the best time to go is like if you don't want to be with people and crowds and stuff, and you don't really care about the live music kind of aspect, is probably on a weekday in the morning. But even in like the early afternoon, there was still like the bars, they were playing live music and everything, and it wasn't that many people like on the weekend. So it was really, really nice. We walked around there. We actually went to I think it was called Centennial Park, which is where their Pantheon is. Parthenon. No, I forget what this is called in Nashville. It was closed, but we stayed, like me and my friend Luigi, we walked around the park and we saw the wildlife and the ducks and all the things, and we chilled there. And then we went to this, we wanted a snack. Well, we wanted a bathroom. We ended up going to a Panera for a bathroom, and we wanted a snack afterwards. So I Googled like ice cream because we were like, let's just get ice cream. I found this place. It was called the Baked Bear, and in Nashville, and again Google, and it was just a place they bake their own homemade like cookies, and you can mix and match the cookies and create your own ice cream sandwich. And so we went and we made our own ice cream sandwiches. I think we both got brownie as the base, and then he got a mint chocolate chip ice cream. I got just plain vanilla. I forgot the cookie that he used to top his, but I topped mine with a chocolate chip cookie. And then because I wanted hot fudge drizzled on it. So you can basically make your own ice cream sandwich. And with their you know, homemade cookies and the homemade ice cream and then whatever toppings you want. And it was so cute. It was cute and it was so good. And like, oh my God, I don't think either of us finished our ice cream sandwich. We ate most of it, but it was so fun. It was so fun to build your own, and it was just a nice little snack, and the place was top notch. Google. So I hit it out of the park with all the places that we went to eat from Google because they were all quite amazing. They were all amazing. So we did that after. This is not in order. This day is not in order. So the park is here, right? And then we went ice cream, and then we ended up going to downtown Nashville and just walking around there for a little bit so that I can get good pictures with not too many people. And so that's this. And then before we went back to the house, we stopped off at Jerry's Artorama because I've never been to a physical Jerry's because there's not one here. I have ordered from their website, but I've never been to a physical store. So we went to a Jerry's. I actually bought, I think, just 2 pens, but I did sign up for like their store rewards or whatever. And so I got like a discount on the pens and a free sticker. And so I put little Jerry here because cute. It was a cute sticker. That was this day, which I think was my last day because the next day we spent just hanging out because that evening I had to take a flight home. And that is my journal. I know I ranted. I talked about my trip, and it was a really nice, chilled trip. I didn't do very much. Again, like you can tell it was a chill trip because a lot of this is just journaling. A lot of my journaling is also like me telling about what I did on the day, but a lot of it is like just feelings. But yeah, I went antiquing. I went a lot of shopping. Antiquing, I ended up buying this little book. It's one of the Cicely M. Barker Flower Fairies. This is Flower Fairy of the Gardens. I was actually going to buy like a set of postcards of these little illustrations because I love them. They're so pretty. And I was actually looking at buying the Flower Fairies of the Garden postcard set because I loved these. And lo and behold, in one of the antique malls in Chattanooga, I found this little book for $1. And it's all of the illustrations of the garden fairies with like their little poem. And like I really don't know if I want to tear this book up because it's so cute. It is so precious. But yeah, that's this little book. I'll just kind of flip all of it. I love that one. They're so pretty. I just love it. And so I found that for $1. I didn't find very much. Like I found in Albuquerque, I found so many things. But in Chat, I didn't find very much. And in Nashville either, we went to a couple of antique malls and I didn't find anything. I found that. I picked up 3 doilies. So this one, and then this one. And then this white one was, I think, attached to this one. It was like a set. I really only wanted this one, but I ended up getting 2, which is fine. It's just white linen. They're just really pretty. I ended up getting that and a little purse. This little purse in this blue color that kind of matches my nails right now. Super cute. Found it for what, $4 or something like that, the doilies. And I think that was it, literally, from the antique malls. I don't think I found anything else that I liked from the antique malls. But yeah, so we went antiquing. We went a lot of shopping because I bought a lot of clothing from that one store. We went on a hike. We went karaoke. Went to the park. We went to Opryland. We chilled out by the pool. We watched movies. We went and ate at different places. I had a driving lesson. It was nice. It was a nice chilled out trip, and that was my journal. And this video was ridiculously long for this tiny little journal, but I really hope you enjoyed that and then just enjoyed my trip. I guess this was the vlog that I intended to make that I didn't. It ended up being overlaid to a journal flip through, but yeah, so that was my journal. And again, I took out the second signature and literally put it in this one to make this journal. So this is my current like everyday journal. I haven't been writing in here very often because yeah, like that's all I have filled up. And so I'll probably fill the rest of this up for the summer. And then come September, I'll probably do another little journal like that. But I have another little journal that's done. So many journals are getting done this year. It's amazing. I love it. I just love it. And a lot of it is heavily like a lot of writing in it. And that just makes me so happy because I'm very much into like this writing mode right now, because I never used to be such a writer in my journals. I was more like an art journal person, but I really enjoyed the writing. So yeah, that is my journal. I'm hoping to show a flip of all of my current journals. I believe I did say something like that on Instagram, and thank you so much for the love on that post, by the way. It was like the picture of my stacked journals, like the current journals that I am currently keeping. I did not expect it to get so much love at all. It was more like one of those last minute photos that I just kind of took the picture, edited it really quickly, and then put it up. So yeah, I was not expecting that at all. So thank you so much for all the love on that photo. But yes, I am planning to do a kind of flip through of all the journals that I have in that stack and to show you how I'm keeping them. Some of them are new. Some of them are like new for me that I would never have considered doing a journal like that, but they're themed, right? And yeah, so I'll do that one next. But I wanted to show you this flip. I really hope you enjoy. Thank you so much all the time for being here, for leaving wonderful comments. Honestly, I get the nicest comments. I mean, I'm pretty sure other people get nice comments too, but all of my comments are really, really nice and sweet, and you're all wonderful and amazing. And I so appreciate you, especially when I'm feeling like down. I get such sweet comments, and if I don't respond to them, I'm absolutely terrible at responding to comments. Like 100%. For some reason, I'm more of an introvert online than I am in real life. I am just terrible at responding to them. So I try to like them when I read them, and I read all of them. And then ones that I feel like, oh my God, I need to respond to this person. I will kind of sort of force myself to respond because it's not something that naturally comes to me, and I really would love to work on that aspect of kind of communicating with y'all, you know, because I think it's really nice when somebody leaves you a comment back on your comment, you know. But I do read them all, and I so appreciate all of them. They're all so sweet. So thank you, and thank you for listening to me rant in this video. But I really hope you enjoy, and I will see you all next time. Bye.